Everybody sing that shit.
Wales spoiled for choice in back row after James Davis impresses against Argentina. Warren Gatland broke into a wry smile when the question came around about Wales' back row options. While England continued to scratch their heads at the breakdown, Gatland had just watched his fifth-choice No. 7 collect the Man of the Match award against Argentina. In a stadium where stray dogs roamed the terraces, James Davis spent 80 minutes hounding the much-fancied Pumas to keep Wales on course for a clean sweep. The week before, fourth-choice candidate Ellis Jenkins claimed the same prize against South Africa, while Sam Warburton, Justin Tipuric and Josh Navidi all watched on television at home. By resting his household names this summer, Gatland set out to develop depth ahead of the World Cup and, in the back row, he could end up with the biggest selection headache in rugby. We could play in a 7 series with all these loose forwards and I think they'd be champions of the world, said the Kiwi, who also has Toby Faletau, Ross Moriarty and Aaron Shingler in his ranks. Not to mention Wasp Dynamo Thomas Young, who barely gets a look in at test level. We're blessed at the moment. Ellis Jenkins was great last week and I spoke to James, it was the perfect game for him. When you think about how good Navidi has been recently, Sam Warburton coming back, we haven't got Faletau here and Shingler has been good for us too. It's nice to be in this position. It's great for everyone to feel like they're not guaranteed selection. We've got a little bit of a headache, but I think the boys sat at home watching on TV probably have a worse headache than I have. It took Davis 8 minutes to blitz down the right wing for the first try, before George North added a second to give Wales an unassailable 17-3 lead at halftime. Gatland's rookies were not expected to win this game. Pumas captain Agustin Creevy boasted almost as many caps as the entire Welsh pack, but the likes of Elliot Dee, Dylan Lewis and Adam Beard fronted up to nullify their physical opponents. Wales had just 35% of the possession but they delivered a defensive masterclass, making 201 tackles compared to Argentina's 78. Everyone talks about defense winning championships and trophies and we've prided ourselves in the past on being strong defensively and be good in attack, said Gatland. World Rugby put out stats on the Lions tour to New Zealand and if you look at those, there was one team that went out and played a lot of rugby, and that was the Lions. We're trying to get a balance right between our attack and being really strong defensively. Despite coming in off the back of a 6-match winning run in Super Rugby, it took Argentina 78 minutes to score their first and only try, through Thomas Lezana. The Welsh defensive effort was another feather in the cap for assistant coach Shaun Edwards, whose services are in high demand in England. Wales, however, should fight to keep him. I think there are 2 or 3 world-class defensive coaches out there and Shaun's definitely one of them, said Gatland. He worked hard this week and the guys were excited about defending. He's committed to us until the World Cup but if other opportunities come along, he needs to consider those because he's out of contract after the Rugby World Cup. I'd love for him to stay.